Long time no see. I hope you're all doing great, guys. Merry Christmas to those of you who celebrate Christmas. I know Christmas was 2 days ago, but I just wanted to come on here and wish you guys all the best, and I hope you had a great Christmas with your loved ones and your families. And yeah, my Christmas was good. I didn't really do anything. I actually had to go into work, but it was great. It was great. And I actually got a little something from my sister, a little gift. We have this tradition every year. We exchange gifts around, not necessarily for Christmas, but like as like the end of the year gift. We treat each other to something cute and nice, and every year we set a budget, and so this year's budget was, I think, $75. Yes, I got her the Dior hand cream and the Tarte eyeshadow palette because I know she likes makeup and stuff. And look what she got me. This is the cutest thing ever. I love tea. I'm a tea freak. Green tea is my go-to drink. I drink coffee as well, but among like all kinds of teas, herbal teas, black teas and stuff, I love green tea with mint. And then she thought of me when she saw this little cute little pot. This is from Anthropology. This came in a set. Actually comes with a little cup and a plate. Oh my god, guys, this is so cute. I'm so excited to start using this. I was like telling her, when you come over, I'll make us some tea for sure, because there's 2 cups. And I actually filmed the whole unboxing thing and my reaction for my Instagram. So if you'd like to see that, I will be linking everything down in the description box down below. And without further ado, let me go ahead and jump into the video, because I have a feeling it's gonna be a long one. Fun. Don't get yourself in this situation. It's not fun. Yeah, I bought a fake bag and I was kind of bullied by a delivery person. I haven't actually filmed in quite some time. I know I was planning to do my Black Friday haul, but I kept purchasing so many things and so many things kept coming in, and I would exchange this, or I would return this and then start looking for something else instead. It was just crazy, and finally I feel like I have everything I wanted and more from the Black Friday wish list. I didn't like buy everything, but I got everything I needed, honestly. So I will be filming that next. I actually got sick for about a week. I wasn't feeling that well. And then something else happened, which I'm about to tell you today. This is a story time video. I never do videos like this for my channel, actually, ever. Yeah, I was actually like very hesitant to turn on the camera today, because I wasn't sure if I really wanted to talk about this. This is kind of like a bizarre situation that I put myself into, but also so like embarrassing a little bit. So yeah, I can't believe this happened to me. It was honestly crazy, and I'll get into everything in just a little bit, so stay tuned if you want to see what happened to me. I ended up purchasing a fake bag. And I also ended up being bullied by or like mistreated by a delivery person. So it was all crazy. But before we start, I actually wanted to share these earrings today that I'm wearing. I have been looking for like a chunky earrings, and I came across these on Etsy and I fell in love. I opened the package yesterday and I put them on today for the video. I like them. The only thing, I feel like they're too yellow and they're a little too heavy for my ears, but nonetheless I love them so much. And if you're interested in this particular pair, I'm gonna link them in the description box down below as well, so check it out. Now on to the crazy part, story time, crazy part of the video. So where do I start? I guess let me start at the very beginning. So I mentioned in my luxury wishlist video that I really wanted a new bag, and that I was kind of getting obsessed over the Prada reissue 2000 or 2005. I always get them confused. But it's a small nylon bag that has the little, it's like a shoulder bag. And so I don't know where that obsession came from. The bag is nothing special. It's nothing new. But I was like, oh my god, that's such a cute little bag. I need it. I've been a bag piece for the longest time ever. I have like 6 bags in my collection. and I've been pretty happy with my bags, you know, and I don't think I need any more bags at this point, except for the Chanel bag that's on my wish list, and also the, I feel like the Coach Hobo crystal bag, Hamptons bag. I feel like if I come across that one, I will be purchasing that for sure. But besides that, I'm like, I don't really need any new bags, to be honest with you. So the Prada reissue caught my attention somehow, and I started looking for it on the pre-loved market, and I'll tell you why. I couldn't really justify spending the full price on a nylon little tiny bag. Especially it's nothing special, it's nothing like new, you know, it's a reissue, and so I think there's barely any leather on the bag. And I knew it was tiny. I knew it was tiny. I was reading some comments about the bag, and people were like, oh, it's tiny, you know, get it on the pre-loved market, don't get it brand new, it's not worth it, it's not worth it. So this thought was like in my head, like, okay, it's not worth it getting it brand new. And so I started looking on the RealReal, the Fashion File, like the usual websites that I go to, Vestiaire Collective. I looked everywhere. I end up on Poshmark, and I have purchased things from Poshmark. I have purchased things pre-loved before, and so I thought, you know, I was this expert on like pre-loved things. I know how they should look like. I know what to look for when buying a pre-loved item. You know, the receipt, the box, everything, the certificate of authenticity, yada yada. And so I come across this bag. Oh, and mind you, the price range from all the websites that I have looked at, the price range for the pre-loved bag was like ranging anywhere from $250 for like a very beat up dirty bag up to like $1,200 or something. It's all over the place, honestly. And on Poshmark, if you don't know, you can buy obviously legit pre-loved designer things, sometimes in brand new condition. So you can buy them from Poshmark, from individual sellers. But what happens is when the item is more than $500, so the seller has to ship it to the Poshmark headquarters first, and they have to authenticate the item for you. And if it passes the authentication check, the Poshmark headquarters ship the item to you. And that's what happened actually when I got this the Cartier Love ring. I got this on Poshmark. It still had all the tags and everything. It was unworn, brand new. And when I bought it, yeah, the seller had to ship it to the headquarters. They took their time authenticating the item, and then they shipped it to me in the original packaging and everything. So I know their policies. I know also they're completely against selling fake items on their website. So if anything is being presented as real and it's fake, you have the buyer's protection if you can prove, like, you know, the item is either not authentic, or it came in a horrible condition and not as described. There's some kind of a protection for the buyer. I was looking at Poshmark. I came across this listing. The lady was selling her Prada reissue bag, and when I came on her page, all the things that she sold were designer things. She had sold at that point a Louis Vuitton wallet, a Dolce & Gabbana swimsuit, and a Fendi sweater, and she had something else up for sale, and this bag. And then there were like barely any likes. She just posted the post, and I was like, okay, this bag looks like it's in a brand new condition. It came with the box, the ribbon, the certificate of authenticity, the original Prada box. You know, when it's a cardboard shipping box, but when you open it up on the inside, it like says the logo of the brand. So that's what it was. There's a receipt attached and everything. So supposedly she purchased it in France or something, like somewhere in Europe, because the price was in euro. And so everything looked completely legit. The only thing that was kind of suspicious was the price, which she priced the bag for $490. So right under the $500 mark. So I was like, okay, that's kind of suspicious. The bag is probably fake, but if it's fake, I can authenticate the bag once I get it, and if it's not real, I will contact Poshmark and I will send it back. And if it's real, then I got the bag for a great price, right? I ordered the bag. Seller ships it pretty quickly, within like 2 days, and the bag is just stuck at this 4-letter delivery company. At the moment, they were very busy with the holiday shippings and all that. This was happening in the beginning of December, and I was so anxious to get the bag and to see, because to me, on paper, everything looked good, like 100% good, awesome, amazing, it's a real bag. But then there was that chance. It was a really 50-50 chance. It was a huge gamble, honestly. There was a chance that the bag was fake, so I wanted to really get my hands on the bag, to open it up, to take pictures, send it to the authenticator. I'm gonna link the one I used in the description box down below. By the way, they were pretty amazing. This was my very first time, like my first experience actually doing this, and yeah, they made it super easy for me and I love them. What happened next? So I ordered the bag. The bag is stuck at the warehouse, I feel like, because it just doesn't move for like the longest time ever, for like a whole week. And so the initial delivery date was set to December 9. They end up holding the bag for longer and delivering it on the 13th, which was Thursday, I think. So that day I was at work all day. This is now the part of the story. Forget the bag now. We're talking about the delivery company. I don't want to be naming any names, but you know what Poshmark uses for their shipping. So this delivery company sent their driver. She comes, she knocks on my door on Thursday. I have a doorbell camera, so I saw her. I saw her later after the fact. I was actually busy at work. He tried to deliver it. I guess I was supposed to sign for the package. And so she knocks on the door, no one answers, I'm not home, and she scans the package and she goes back to her truck. I immediately checked the tracking information, and what it says is, sorry missed you, there was no recipient available, something like that, and we're gonna attempt a redelivery the next business day. No action needed on your part. I said, okay, amazing. The next day, Friday, I'm anxious to get this package. I'm anxious to see it. I found out that you can pay for a 2-hour authentication service, and I was really just waiting for the package to arrive. I wanted to snap those pics, send them to the authenticator, and just get it done with, honestly. At that point, I had been waiting for my bag for like 10 days. I was running out of patience, and so that day, oh yeah, so that week I actually also got sick. I think on Tuesday I started to feel it. On Wednesday I was kind of already like, you know, and Thursday, Friday I was like, yeah, I was sick. I'm waiting for this package all day by the door. Long story short, nothing happens. I go at 4:06. I go to check the notifications again, and what I see is at 3:46 we attempted a redelivery. The recipient wasn't available. The notice was left with further instructions on what to do. You can either schedule another redelivery or you can go pick up the item from local office. I'm like, what? I've been sitting by the door. There's no way anyone knocked on it and I didn't hear. Let me see what the notice says. I open up the door, there's no notice on it. So I was like, okay, this thing kind of happened by mistake. Probably the driver went to the wrong address or something, or like, how come there was no knocking, there was no note on the door. So I was like, okay, this is weird. I am getting this package today. I don't care. I was determined to get it today. Okay, if this was 20 minutes ago, most likely the truck is still in the complex. So let me go and see if I can just get the package from the driver, and let's see what happened there. So I grab my ID, I grab my keys, I leave my apartment. As I'm walking out my building, I can see the truck driving to the other side of the complex. I start running. I'm like going behind the truck, and then I lose sight of the truck. I'm like, oh my god, where did it go? I end up following it all the way to the back of the complex. So I'm like at the opposite side of the apartment complex. I reach the truck. This lady, she's parked on the spot, and she has her windows up and she's just sitting there on her phone chilling. I come up to her, I'm like, excuse me ma'am, and she rolls down the window and she's like, yes. I kind of explained to her what happened. I'm like, I don't know if you knocked on the wrong door, you know, I've been waiting for you all day. You're supposed to redeliver a package to me today, but I didn't get any notice. Maybe you left it at the wrong door. I don't know what happened there, but if you have the package, can I just get it right now? I have my ID on me, you know. She asks me like, what's the apartment number? So I tell her the apartment number. Immediately her face changes, and so what she tells me next is, yes ma'am, where were you yesterday? I tried to deliver it yesterday, no one was home. I was like, yesterday I was at work. It's like, yeah, you can go back and check the little camera you have at your door. I tried delivering it yesterday, where were you? You were not home. If you can see at like this hour, she remembered the exact hour when she came in on Thursday. And I'm like, yes ma'am, like I said, I was at work, and if I was under the impression that you're supposed to re-deliver the package today. And you know what she tells me? You're not gonna believe this, but she said, I can't keep coming back and looking for you. I don't have to do that. At this point I was like, what? Not doing me a favor. First of all, this is a part of the service, a part of the job. What do you mean you don't have to keep coming back? I mean, this is the re-delivery. Now, if you really came to my house again and I wasn't there, it's okay. I've been waiting for you all day, right? So at this point, I'm like, this is rude, right? Like, she's being rude. She's being unprofessional. I'm like, okay, anyways, if you have the package, can I just get it now? And she keeps telling me like, oh, you weren't there yesterday, something. At this point, I'm like getting super anxious. I'm getting like nervous because I hate to be put in uncomfortable situations, and this situation was completely uncomfortable. But also I was realizing of like how she was treating me, like it wasn't right, and I was like, oh my god, what do? Do I just like say something back? Do I just stay quiet? Like, you know, one of those things, like what are you supposed to do in this case? Like, are you just supposed to be rude like back? So I kind of choose to be quiet for just a little bit. I'm like gathering my thoughts, thinking what to do. And then she just pulls up her window. She's like says something. She waved her hands at me, and she like gets out of the back of the truck with some packages. So I'm like, okay, I'm just standing there still thinking like one of those boxes is my package, and she just walked right past me, you know. I'm like, excuse me ma'am, am I getting my package today or not? Do you have it or not? And then she's like, I think she said something like, hey lady, if you keep following me around, I'm gonna call the cops and you're going to spend the night in jail. Now when she said that, I was like, you cannot be serious. You cannot be like threatening me with jail just because I want to get my hands on my package. And it's not like this lady is doing me any favors. She's not doing it for free. Obviously she's getting paid, and if you don't want to do it, then just don't work there, I guess. I don't know, like at this point I'm like, what did I do to her? And I said, ma'am, can I please have your name? She's like, why do you need my name? I'm not gonna give you my name. And she's like walking away. So I said, because I want to file a complaint against you. She starts laughing. She's like, do whatever or something, I don't know. And I said, okay, nobody's gonna believe me that she's being this rude to me. Like my hands are shaking. I get out my phone and I start recording her. That's the first thing that came to my mind. I don't know why. I thought I was taking pictures of her, and she asked me to stop taking pictures. I said, okay ma'am, I'm not actually taking pictures. I'm taking a video because I want to have some proof of how you're acting and how you're treating me. She was completely out of line, rude, unprofessional. I don't know what else to say. At that point, she's already back to her truck. I'm just standing there thinking, oh my god, I'm probably not getting this package today. Should I just leave? The lady comes out and walks towards her car. She lives in the complex. I don't know her. And the delivery person comes up to her and she's like, you see this lady? She's following me. She's harassing me or something like that. And she starts laughing. And this other lady is like, oh my god, you know. And I said, why are you making fun? Like, why are you making me feel like this is all my fault and like I'm the crazy one? At this point I got super mad and I said, you know what, I'm calling your supervisor. Like, I am going to file a complaint against you, and you don't have to be such a B word to others. And she gets mad because I said that. What you need to know about me is that like I'm not really a conflict person. I don't like conflict. I don't like arguing with people. I don't like to be put in situations like this one. I hate everything about it. I wish I could have just picked up the package that day myself or something. I wish they didn't even like offer redelivery, because it's so much easier for me to go pick it up myself. But yeah, that's what I was dealing with that day. And then I came home, I'm shaking, I'm calling the number, and this guy answers. And actually after speaking to him, I felt so much better because he was so apologetic. He was like, oh my god ma'am, I'm so sorry, you know, what you did was not right. So he got me, like he understood the situation. He said that, you know, we're gonna take your report and we are going to report back to you what happens. And he was just quiet there taking notes and stuff for like a few minutes. And yeah, he was very apologetic, and I told him, you know, I was like, yeah, I know this is not your fault, you don't have to keep apologizing. And he's like, no, I'm apologizing on behalf of her because I know that she mistreated you, I know this wasn't right, and I know there is a way for us to find out who the driver was. You don't really have to send us any video or pictures or anything like that. I was like, yeah, I just took that video just in case. He's like, yeah, that's not needed, I can already see who the person is based on her route. And I said, okay, so what happens next now? How do I get this package, because I've actually been waiting for it so long. And he's like, okay, you got two options, you can either schedule a redelivery or you can go pick it up tomorrow. I said, yeah, no, I'm picking it up. I don't want to risk running into this person again. I just would rather go pick it up myself. So on Saturday morning, I wake up early, I go to the office, I go pick it up, and then I had to go to work. So on my way, I'm like trying to rip the package open, right, the box open, while I'm driving to work, and I can't do it with one hand. It's dangerous while I'm driving, I shouldn't do that. And so finally I get to work and I open the package completely at work. I take it out of the box, guys. It looked real, like the bag looked so real. The bag, everything that came with it looked real. The only thing is that the certificate of authenticity didn't have any date or anything on it. It was just a certificate of authenticity with like blank thing on the back. So I was like, okay, this is already suspicious. And also before purchasing the item, obviously I messaged the seller and I asked her, I was like, are you sure this is a real bag? She's like, yeah, 100% this is authentic. You know, I only sell authentic things on my Poshmark page, and yeah. So I immediately start taking pictures. I upload them to the website and to the authenticator's website, and they get back to me like an hour later. Some of the pictures weren't really clear. Can you just like try and send us some more pictures and like under better lighting and stuff? The logo, the hardware, everything. They made me take like 35 pictures, I think, that day. So I try to take these pictures again. I upload them. I'm anxious. I'm like, oh my god. But at the same time, when I saw the bag, I was kind of underwhelmed. I don't have like any pictures of it. I'm so sorry. I was like, this is a Prada bag? Like, this is it? I don't know. The size of it was too small. It was just like too plain, too simple. It was so tiny. I don't know. Very underwhelmed with the bag itself. And I just kept like thinking, even if it's real, I probably like, I don't want it, you know? Because that's not kind of what I was expecting it to be in real life. But it looked real to me, honestly. And so I re-upload the pictures and they get back to me like 6 minutes later. We're sorry to inform you that the bag is fake. So I immediately take a screenshot of that and I send it to Poshmark. I'm like, hey, I would like to get my refund. I don't want this item, it's fake. And so they get back to me the next day saying, okay, here's your shipping label. Please ship it back to the seller in 2 business days. And I ship it back the same day when I get the shipping label on Sunday. I already got my refund. I shipped it back. So unfortunately, I don't really have any videos or pictures of that item, of the bag. And I was actually kind of excited. I was like, okay, if I get it and if I really like it, I'm gonna make a video about it showing you guys. That did not happen. I actually could have kept the bag for like an extra day to make a video and show you what the bag looked like, but I was like, yeah, no, I'm not gonna risk it. They're already delaying all the shipments and stuff because they're so extremely busy. And I said, no, I'm not gonna risk it. Let me just pack it up and ship it back to the seller. The interesting thing was, so she's based in California, I think, the seller. So the shipment was shipped to California and then it was rerouted to Arizona. I don't know why. That's already kind of sketchy too. I don't know. Unless the shipper was in Arizona at that time and they just like forwarded. I don't know. I don't know what happened there. But I already got my refund, thankfully. And by the way, they did call me back from the local office and they were like, hey, can we speak to Igrim? I was like, yes, what's going on? They're like, how can we help you? Do you know what happened? Or do I have to describe the whole situation again? And they're like, no, we kind of like, we know what happened, we know why you filed a complaint, and just to let you know, we had a few words with the driver and we had to hear her out as well, and her part of the story was that you were using foul language against her. Yeah. I said, yeah, if she's referring to the B word, I did say it, yes. But honestly, she was very rude and she was unprofessional. What do you have to say about that? I think the person who was talking to me was her supervisor, so he was like, well, yeah, but you kind of have to understand we've been so busy, blah, blah, blah. That was their excuse. I was like, yeah, I understand you guys are busy. Still, that gives you zero right to treat your customers like this. Zero. They're like, yeah, we understand, but you know what, in the future, if you have any concerns or questions or anything like that, please address them to us, to your local office, and don't call the other number. I was like, okay, hopefully there won't be next time, and hopefully I won't have to contact you ever again. But yeah, that was the whole situation with them. They didn't really apologize for anything, which was crazy to me, but that's okay. So there's a couple of things here that I actually wanted to talk about. The first thing is I realized how I would never want to come across as like rude or unprofessional or anything like that ever, ever, ever. And so I promised myself that I'm gonna start with myself and I'm gonna treat other people nicer, because you know there's this saying like treat others as you want to be treated yourself. For me, I made a promise to myself like to treat others extra nicer. I feel like she got mad because I caught her in a lie. And then that, oh, by the way, that notice that she left was actually where? It was in my mailbox. So she never came up to my door. She just left it at the mailbox. I bought a fake bag and I was kind of bullied by a delivery person. This was not fun. Don't get yourself in this situation. It's not fun. Yeah. Now I can kind of like remember the story and laugh about it. But yeah, at the time I was like, oh my god, stressed about it. I was like, how can that happen? How come she treated me that way, you know, around the holidays? Like, why can't we just be nicer to each other? Why do people have to be rude like that, you know? And so yeah, that's the first thing. Another thing I want to say is like, never try to save money if there's a risk involved of being scammed. Never ever ever do that, because for me the first red flag was the price, and obviously right there and then I should have known and just let it go. But this obsession over this bag was winning big time, and me trying to save a couple $100 there, you know, like ended up costing me my patience, my time, my peace of mind, which is the most important thing, I feel like. And so yeah, never again will I try and save money or look for a good deal ever again in the future. When I was telling my mom this story, she got so mad at me. She's like, oh my god, why do you purchase pre-loved things? Well, she doesn't call them pre-loved, she calls them like used things. Like, why? You never know who the owner was. Maybe like their bad vibes are gonna transfer to you if you start using those items. Always buy brand new, I told you. And if you can't afford it, just like don't buy it. She got so mad at me, but I mean, she's right to some degree. Most of my things obviously are brand new, but some of the things are pre-loved, but they were in pristine good condition. So I thought that this bag that I was buying was in that condition. But honestly, who was I trying to fool? Like, the price was crazy. It was a red flag right there. And so I was kind of ready for the outcome to be like a fake bag. So, but how much trouble it ended up costing me, it's crazy. So yeah, if the deal is too good to be true, it's too good to be true. That's my other point. So don't buy anything that's under $500 on Poshmark, like a designer luxury thing, unless the value of that item is like way less, then yeah, it's okay. But if there's any chance, like a slight chance that people are gonna scam you, that, you know, they're gonna lie to you, always double check, triple check, and just don't buy it. You'll be fine without the item, you know. Like, I'm fine without the bag now. I kind of have PTSD over this whole situation now and over the bag. So yeah, I don't think I'll be purchasing that bag. It's not the bag's fault. It's just like this whole situation just made me like rethink my decision. I don't think I'm gonna be buying that bag, but I feel like I will probably go with the Coach Hampton's crystal bag, because that bag is so cute and it's like fraction of the price of the Prada bag. but it's been out of stock forever, so once I come across it, I'm probably gonna purchase it. The styles are pretty similar, and the Coach bag it's so much more interesting. You know, it has the crystals on it, it's very cute, and I feel like it's just like a little bit more spacious than the Prada bag. So yeah, you obviously can't compare the two, they're very different, but you know, for the style and the size, I feel like the Coach bag wins. So plus I don't have any Coach bags in my collection, so yeah, I'm kind of very excited about getting my hands on one. So this was it for today's video, guys. Happy holidays. I'm so happy to be back and filming. My next video is actually going to be about all the things that I bought, and it's a lot of things, guys, so stay tuned for that. Yeah, don't miss that video, and let me know what you think about this crazy situation in the comments down below, and if you've ever been mistreated by like an employee. I would love to know. I would love to hear some more stories, because this was crazy. I actually, again, like I said, I didn't want to share at all because I was so embarrassed of, first of all, how I got fooled and purchased this bag thinking there was a chance it was gonna be real, and how also I was treated by this employee of this 4-letter delivery company. Thank you guys so much for watching, and if you're still here, kisses, hugs, I love you, you're amazing, and leave me that comment in the comment section down below, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye!